Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining our online reading session of the book, The Moodle Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Om Ajnana-divanandasya Jnananjana-shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vikasa Swaminitanamne Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swaminitanamne Namaste Saraswati Guru निर्विशेष शून्यमादि पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करति वाचन मंगल गायति गुरुनित कृपादमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदेव पारणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वर गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तथाले कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः वागीशाय स्योदने लक्ष्मी यस्य वर्षस्य यस्यास्ते हरे समेतं समं यस्य देवी पराभक्ति यथा देवी तथा तस्येति गतता यर्था प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः यन्तो प्रविश्यं वाचमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधां न्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय ब्रह्मविजय गुरुहरिवाण्या कृष्णचित्तो विचिन्तो परिपत्तितत्त्वगेहादन्तसंसारकूपा विजयति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वैतीन्द्र. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining our online reading session of the book, The Moodle Mission of Srila Prabhupada. So we are in the volume 3. Am I audible to all devotees? Clear and loud enough so that everybody can hear it? Hare Krishna. You can react.
Yes. Yes,
Hare
please.
Krishna. Yes. Okay. So we are we are in the volume 3. So volume 1, volume 2 we read. So now we're in volume 3. We are in part 14, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, and in that we are reading chapter 2, how he saw his disciples. In that we are reading the section not elevated, but one qualification. In that we are under the section not all were hippies. This is the part we are reading. Not all were hippies. Enough of Srila Prabhupada's Western disciples were ex-hippies, such that initially his movement was often identified as a hippie offshoot. Many who joined in the early days, particularly in the counter-cultural hubs like San Francisco, were indeed hardcore hippies, but by no means did all his disciples fit that stereotype. Most had partaken in the counterculture to some extent or were sympathetic to it, but many held regular jobs in other ways, participated in mainstream society. Even some who had gone deeply into the hippie scene retained a strong inner core and were capable of becoming clear-headed in short order and taking responsibility. Those who first joined in New York City were largely of intellectual bent. Brahmananda Das was a teacher in the New York City public school system. His brother Gargamuni Das, having never indulged in drugs or sex, left home at age 18 to join him. Mukunda Goswami, a Columbia graduate, was pursuing a career in jazz. Satsvarup Das Goswami was honorably discharged from the US Navy and then became a case worker for the Department of Welfare. Rupanuga Das served in the Marines and been honorably discharged. He was married, had a child, and was employed as a government social worker. Damodar Das had a master's degree in cinematography, and Jadurani Devidasi was a college student. Although steeped in counterculture degradation, Kirtananda Das was a PhD candidate in history.
Prabhuji, for interrupting, but your voice is becoming low in between. I don't know, it is for everybody, but I'm feeling it here.
Yes, Prabhu, actually it was low.
Yeah. The problem is I don't have a proper, what is that called? Mic set? What is that called? Mic set? They say, na? What is that? They put it in the
Caller mic.
Yeah, collar mic or whatever it is. So I don't have that mic. So that's the problem. Even if I huh? What is that? Somebody is saying something. So I need to get that one first. Yeah. Now it is okay. How is it now? Is it also low?
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Yes,
Sorry,
Prabhu,
one
it's
second.
fine, Prabhu. Please continue.
Let me do something. Something. Now how is it?
Yeah, now it is better, louder.
Louder, na? Now it is louder?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mataji, now it is louder? Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, I'll read from first. Although steeped in counterculture degradation, Kirtanananda Das was a PhD candidate in history at Columbia University. His roommate and lover, Haigreva Das, had taught English at Ohio State University. Another roommate, Umapati Das, had been a radio engineer in the army. Even in San Francisco, not all who joined had fully embraced hippiedom. Before joining, Jayananda Das had short hair, clean-cut looks, well-pressed clothes, and an engineering degree. Leelavati Devi Dasi had graduated from Columbia University and been admitted into a master's program in Greek literature. Gaur Sundar Das and Govinda Dasi had been in their senior year at the University of Texas. They moved to San Francisco in 1967, but were never deeply involved in the hippie scene. Dayananda Das had 3 years in the Marine Corps and an honorable discharge behind him. He attended a few months of community college before working as a lineman for the Pacific Gas and Electric Company. His partner, Nandarani Devidasi, was a secretary for a phone company. Srila Prabhupada married them a few weeks after initiating them. Several devotees had prestigious academic and professional credentials. Jayapataka Swami was educated in an elite military school. Devamrita Swami attended a distinguished boarding secondary school for 3 years on scholarship, graduated from Yale University on scholarship, and shortly thereafter came to Srila Prabhupada's shelter. Harivilas Das graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with a bachelor's degree in English and later received a master's degree from the American University of Beirut. Siddhartha Das had a PhD in mathematics from Cornell University. Swarup Damodar Das was a PhD candidate in organic chemistry at UCLA, and he completed his doctorate at Srila Prabhupada's request. Danavir Goswami was enrolled in UCLA on a sports scholarship when he joined directly from college. He was never anything like a hippie. After graduating from Syracuse University, Atreya Rishi Das received an MBA from Harvard as a high-ranking official for Arthur Young, a major accounting firm. He regularly dealt with important business people. Nagaraj Das graduated from the US Air Force Academy with a degree in civil engineering. He received an honorable discharge and thereafter joined the devotees. Tejas Das volunteered with the Peace Corps in India and later attended the University of Buffalo. Brahmatirtha Das, Bob Cohen, received a degree in chemistry and thereafter also served in the Peace Corps in India. He later returned to the US, married, then worked as an exploration geologist for an oil company. Yaduvara Das, another Peace Corps veteran, spent 3 years in Malaysia on assignment before returning to the US and completing a bachelor's degree in photography. Choosing the Hare Krishna movement as the subject of his master's thesis, he left for India. His partner, Vishaka Devi Dasi, also received a bachelor's in photography and accompanied him there where they eventually became disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Some others who joined directly from college: Giriraj, Yogeshwar, Tulsidas, Bhagavan, Krishna Bhamini, Gurijana, Balimardhana, Gopaswami, Jyotirmayi, Mandakini, Ilavati, Ravindra Swarup, Rameshwara, and Sikhi Mahiti. Sikhi Mahiti Prabhu is in Atlanta. Now presently he is in China, and he goes, but he's based in Atlanta. He's with us here. Others, of course, we are with him. I'm sorry. Other disciples, despite lacking formal academic degrees, had steady jobs in mainstream society prior to joining. Rupa Vilas Das had been a secondary school teacher for 2 years. Pratyatosha Das was a computer professional. Indradunya Swami was a caretaker at a university in Chicago. A few disciples were born into wealthy and prominent families. As a great-grandson of legendary Henry Ford, Ambarish Das, Alfred Bush Ford, was a heir to the family fortune and was working without remuneration in the philanthropic wing of the Ford Motor Company. Lekha Shravanti Devi Dasi was a daughter and heiress of Walter Reuther, a highly influential labor leader and civil rights activist. Shatarupa Devi Dasi came from an illustrious Danish stage family. She was voted Miss Denmark in 1969 and became a top model, regularly featured in Vogue and other international fashion magazines. Several joined at age 16 or younger. Ekayani, Balai, Indira, Leela Sukha, Kanchana Bala, Sharadiya, voice very low. Still my voice is very low. Hare Krishna.
It's better now, Prabhuji.
I don't have that mic, Mataji.
Like,
That is the
I don't mind. I
problem.
put headphones now.
Maybe I should speak little louder. Rukmini Dharma Setu Vaisheshika Anuttama Vashugosh Mahamantra Mukunda Datta Yamuna Pati, and could not have been full-fledged hippies. Devotees' children who were initiated very young, among them Girisha Chandra, Dwaraka Adisha, Ekendra, Vrindavana, Leela Smarana, Kapila, Jagadananda Pandit, Markandeya, Dhiroddata, Devadeva, Keshava, and Jagamana also were not hippies. Among those who were older, about 40 or above, were Sheelavati, a former Christian preacher, Devahuti, an artist, Isha, and Ushika. In the UK, Dhananjay Das worked in the tax department of the civil service before joining, and he continued the job for some time thereafter. Bhakti Pramod Das, a middle-aged Englishman, served as a bank officer, was initiated in London in the early 1970s. He was married and had children. Gyanadas had degrees from Cambridge and London universities, had been a high school teacher, including for some time at a school in rural Ghana. Then spent 2 years as a Buddhist monk in Japan before arriving at Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. Hippiness being largely a Western phenomenon, none of the 100 or so initiated from Indian backgrounds were ex-hippies, nor were any of the few disciples from Africa, Iran, Hong Kong, or Japan. Okay, I would like to request some other devotees to read. Hare Krishna. Okay, Apurva Prabhu, sorry, Apurva and say Apurva Nanda. Asita Prabhu, you can start reading. Gratefulness to disciples.
I can read Prabhu in at the next at 7:55. Would it be okay?
Okay, no problem. Okay, Atindriya
Yes.
Prabhu, you can start.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Grateful, Gratefulness to disciples. Prabhupada appreciated everything and anything anybody did to help him in his mission. Really appreciated it.
Okay, one thing I wanted to just tell in this whole thing of what Maharaj mentioned about various devotees coming from non-hippie background or having big degrees. Just now I had a conversation with one devotee. I don't want to tell his name. He's very famous in ISKCON. And I don't want to say who, what, and all. The whole thing is just now, just before coming here and starting the class. So he was mentioning that why we don't have so many Westerners coming Krishna consciousness nowadays. Or he was thinking why he's a white devotee. I mean, white American body devotee. And he was saying that why so many ISKCON is only attracting Indians in the West or in United States. Not many Americans are coming. Yeah, they are coming. You are there, here and there. Many devotees are there. Then he said that I have a plan. I want to do something. I wanted to suggest something. What is that? So he was saying that why don't we have, because it is everywhere, it is looks Indian temple. It doesn't look like it doesn't appeal to the Westerner. So he said that better we have all the pujaris dressed in Western clothes. He wants all the Western pujaris to dress in shirt and pant and do puja, clean and follow all Pancharatrika, and then do puja so that you can attract Westerners. So why I raised this point, because it is out of purity Prabhupada attracted devotees. It's not out of gimmicks or techniques. Gimmicks, techniques, dress, words, or various plans. That that may be there, may not be there. But the main thing is purity is the force. Books are the basis. Utility is the principle, and pure and um, mm, preaching is the essence. So this is what is important. Purity is the force. Where there is purity, there is force. And over a period of time, we lost purity, and obviously we lost devotees as well, and we are not able to attract new people. So the main point is that however you may plan, if doesn't sync with Prabhupada, you will never be successful. Whatever success you may think it has come, it will not stay with you. It's a curse-like thing. If you don't follow Prabhupada, then you will never achieve success. If you follow Prabhupada, even if you get little success, you will not think that you have achieved success. You will think that it's all Krishna's mercy, whoever is coming. So the main point is that nowadays devotees, Westerners, uh, they are getting attracted, but we don't want to tell them so many things. Nor devotees, those who are here in United States, they follow strictly. They're very loose. They're very lazy. I am seeing it perfectly. Many proper disciples don't follow so many things. Of course, we don't tell them that yesterday we discussed about proper disciples, but there are many devotees also. They don't follow. They don't know anything. What is culture? What is right hand, left hand? What is basic sense? They don't. You leave about basic etiquette. They don't wake up for Mangalarti. They don't come for chanting. They chant in their own way. They wake up in their own way. Uh, of course, they don't eat karmi food, nor they eat outside food, but still they take here and there and offer it and then take it. So it's a package program. So we have to follow morning program. We have to follow evening program. Otherwise, without morning program, however you may take wellness program, become a mindful coach, wellness coach, life coach, living coach, spiritual habit coach, whatever you may do, but you will not attract people. Now Kirtan coach, that is becoming famous. Just Kirtan, that's all. No class, nothing. Just Kirtan, Prasadam. And just leave, that's all. So that is not complete program. Prabhupada wanted there should be Kirtan, there should be Prasadam, there should be lecture, and there is books. That is complete program of Krishna consciousness. So as long as we don't follow, we don't attract anybody for that. Even our devotees might leave Krishna consciousness. What to speak of outsiders? So why they got attracted? All these big degrees, they are having big degrees. How they got attracted now? Why they are not getting attracted? Because we lost the purity. When we have purity, automatically people will come. So we need Prabhupada man to join. We need a person who is following Prabhupada very strictly. That person should be the temple president. That person should be the. We need that one. And if see, Krishna knows whom to bring, whom not to bring. It's not that we can bring so many people. Krishna doesn't want this so many people. So we are trying. But if Krishna wants, he can bring so many people. If Krishna wants, he can chase him away, kick him out of the temple. So that is the thing. So it's not that Prabhupada, everything is arranged. Yeah, some arrangement is done by Krishna. But Prabhupada also struggled so much. Of course, that struggles are also given by Krishna, we can say. But the point is that Prabhupada himself, he struggled a lot. He put his effort. So many people suggested so many things. You learn how to eat like Americans with fork and knife. You dress like Americans. You can't say like this to Americans. You can't do like this in America. Like there's so many oppositions came. But Prabhupada in front of everybody, he smashed everything and proved that yes, this can happen. So if Prabhupada could do, Prabhupada said, if I could do, you could also do. But some people may not do, some people may do it. It's happening. Krishna life, there are so many devotees. They didn't having so many brahmacharis, American white brahmacharis. And there are also so many devotees get attracted. There's so many Instagram reels nowadays. There's so many American brahmacharis. I mean, white-bodied American brahmacharis, they're making devotees. They're making, like, Kansas City, there are so many devotees. There's few places where individual brahmacharis are there, very effulgent, very beautiful, very good brahmacharis are there. Very good devotees are also there in the United States. It's not that just people are all hippies and they will follow. It's not like that. There are so many temples, so many good devotees are there, Prabhupada disciples, individual devotees that follow very strictly. They have very strict morning programming. But many devotees don't follow like that. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Continue, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. So while describing Krishna's transcendental qualities, Srila Prabhupada wrote, any person who is conscious of his friends' beneficent activities and never forgets his service is called grateful. Srila Prabhupada himself was extraordinarily grateful, having by his causeless mercy saved his disciples. He repeatedly acknowledged their role in having helped him. Often, in great humility, reflecting on the extent of his accomplishments, Srila Prabhupada thanked his disciples for their assistance. On one occasion, stating, without your help, I cannot do anything. Srila Prabhupada remained always grateful to those who had performed major services, even if later they disappointed him by deviating from the principles he stipulated for disciples. To Guru Das and Yamuna, Srila Prabhupada wrote, if you can construct a nice temple in Vrindavan for me, I shall be eternally grateful. As did Krishna, Srila Prabhupada magnified the value even of small services. A famous example being his acceptance of toilet paper from a street bum. More examples of his recognizing small services sincerely done to please him. He appreciated Satyabhama Devi Dasi's thick yet soft chapatis, and later the devotional offering of a shawl she spun for him.
Okay, this one is
In
there.
over 100
This particular incidence of what Prabhupada magnified small services. A famous example being his acceptance of a toilet paper from a street bum. Actually, this happened in 26 Second Avenue. This is a very famous where a hippie, a homeless guy, he'll just come and give a toilet paper to Prabhupada. It is so it's a new one. I mean, whatever new or old, we don't know what's it. So he was Prabhupada given, Prabhupada accepted it. And one more thing here, Prabhupada is saying that Maharaj writing, Srila Prabhupada remained always grateful to those who had performed major services, even if later they disappointed him by deviating from the principles he stipulated for disciples. This is very, very important. So as long as we don't disappoint our spiritual master, we gain the mercy uh, and however maybe the individually or very, very not very big, maybe very small or in a very menial way we may do, but that is enough than doing big, big things and getting deviated. So this is very, very important. But yes, yes, Prabhuji, continue.
In over 100 letters, Srila Prabhupada acknowledged the contributions of his disciples. For instance, by stating that they were all helping him in pushing forward this mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To two prominent disciples, Srila Prabhupada wrote, "Whatever success I have got, it is because the Vaishnavas have cooperated." Similarly, in the preface to the Nectar of Devotion, I beg to offer my sincere thanks to all my friends and disciples who are helping me to push forward the Krishna consciousness movement in the Western countries. More from letters. I am so much grateful to you and the other devotees of the Krishna Consciousness Society that it gives me great pride that Krishna has given me the association of such nice boys. I am very much obliged to my disciples because they are realizing the importance of the Krishna consciousness movement, and it is very much encouraging to me. Somehow or other, Krishna has given me all good assistants like yourself to carry on this preaching movement, and for this reason, there is some success. I thank you very much for helping me in this way. My mission on behalf of my Guru Maharaj and Lord Chaitanya to spread Krishna consciousness would never have been so successful if it had not been taken up by enthusiastic boys and girls such as in San Francisco, especially through distribution of books. I am very much obliged to you. I am much indebted to all of you who are helping me to carry out the order of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami. Indeed, Srila Prabhupada even ascribed the worldwide progress of his movement to the contribution of his disciples. This institution has so quickly advanced all over the world because we have got these boys who have dedicated everything for Krishna. They do not think of anything personal. He gave all credit to them. My spiritual master has given me the instruction to spread this movement all over the world, and you are my good disciples, helping me do this. Without your good help, I could not have done anything. So practically, you can take all the credit for spreading this Krishna consciousness movement and fulfilling the prophecy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the help of my disciples, this movement is gaining ground and is spreading all over the world. So therefore, I have to thank you. It is all due to you. It is not my credit, but it is your credit that you are helping me in executing the order of my Guru Maharaj. He stated similarly in a letter to a god brother. By the grace of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, the preaching work is going on nicely. And the most important factor is that I have got a number of youthful American and European disciples who are helping me very seriously. As you know, the Western boys and girls are educated and trained in practical life. They are spreading this movement better than any Indian could do. So whatever success is there is due to them. I am simply instrumental in giving them direction. In great humility, Srila Prabhupada stated that he was useless without his disciples and that he had become useful by combining with them. Srila Prabhupada. One piece of wire was lying in one place. One piece of bamboo was lying in another place. And one dry shell of a squash was lying there. One intelligent man collected this. The dry shell became the tambura's sound chamber. The bamboo he fixed up and the wire upon it, and then it became a tin tin tin. Our organization is like that. I was loitering in the street. Somebody was over there, somebody was there, not not combined together. International Society String Band. Yes, separately we are all useless. Very sorry. No, we were useless. You were never useless. Srila Prabhupada. No, your assistance was required. How can you be useless? We are all useless, but combined together, now we have become a stringed instrument.
Stringed instrument, not stringed. Stringed.
Yeah, stringed instrument. The same logic, andha khanja. Separately, andha is useless and khanja is useless, blind and lame. They cannot do anything, but combined together, they become useful. With Srila Prabhupada's gratefulness came exceptional blessings. By distributing my books profusely, you are giving me great encouragement to translate, and you are all helping me to fulfill the order which Guru Maharaj gave me. So I am so much grateful to you, and I am sure Krishna will bless you a million times over for doing this work. Upon noting that they have sacrificed everything, Srila Prabhupada invoked the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the Western devotees for their preaching and assisting him. This movement has spread all over the world with the assistance of European and American boys and girls. We therefore pray for all the blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu upon all the devotees in the Western world who are spreading this movement. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission was that he should be present by his name, by his form, by his pastime in every town and village of the world. And you are fulfilling his mission. So undoubtedly you will be blessed and you will get Krishna's mercy through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To a sannyasi disciple who had fallen down, Srila Prabhupada spoke these compassionate words. Lord Chaitanya is God. He can spread this movement all over the world in 1 second without the help of anyone if he likes. I am not God. I am simply a servant of God. I require so much assistance to help me spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. If someone renders even some small service to help me, I am eternally indebted to him. Feeling indebted to his disciple, Srila Prabhupada prayed for Krishna's blessing upon them. I am very much indebted to them because they have helped me. These books I am writing surely, but they are pushing on, even facing great danger. They are helping me in my translating work, in typing, in composing, in printing. I am so much indebted to you, nice boys and girls, who are helping me in this mission that I always pray to Krishna for your advancement in going back to Godhead more and more. You are trying so much for my comfort. I do not know whether I shall be able to repay you. I shall try my best. It is not possible to repay your debts. That is so kind. So I can simply pray to Krishna to give his blessings to you so that you may remain very steady in devotional service and preach this cult all over the world. Otherwise, I have no other means. Without your help, I could not do anything. So you are very much kind. Kindly continue your cooperation. Becoming emotional during his final days, Srila Prabhupada said, "Oh, your intense love for me, I am I am living for you. All over the world, everything is going on. Money is coming and being spent. and I don't have to worry. I am so much indebted taking so much service. He often expressed a sense of dependence upon his disciples. I want your cooperation fully. Lord Chaitanya, although Krishna himself, appealed to his friends and helpers to help him in his mission. And what to speak of me? I am, I am just an ordinary human being, so I need your help. I am opening so many branches depending on you, all my sincere students. As you depend on me, I similarly depend on you. Bhaktadas summed it up. What stands out to me is the quality of gratefulness. How he was grateful for everyone. We are so small, we are so tiny, we are so insignificant. We are not even like a tiny light bulb against the sun. Yet Prabhupada was so grateful because we tried to serve him. We gave what little we could, and he was so grateful and he was so kind and appreciative of it and so encouraging. And for me, even now, that's what stands out.
Okay,
Pride
Prabhu.
in his disciple.
Some of the devotees can read. Thank you
Yes,
very
Prabhu.
much.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Paramatmananda Prabhu, you can start.
Hare Krishna.
What? Okay, one second. Asita Prabhu, you can read?
Yes, Prabhu, we can read.
Yes, Prabhu.
Pride in his disciples. See their behavior, their character. Everyone is struck with wonder how nice these boys are. Like the great sage Narad Muni, who was very proud of having a devotee disciple like Dhruv Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada took pride and pleasure in the activities of his sincerely endeavoring disciples. Prabhupada enjoyed glorifying his disciples' accomplishments. He was especially pleased when they preached vigorously and succeeded all over the world. In 1969, he wrote An Indian Settled in London. I am very glad and proud that you have so much appreciated the character, discipline, and devotional service to the Lord of my 6 young disciples who are working there with faith and confidence. To various of those disciples in London, Srila Prabhupada wrote, the news has reached far away in India that my disciples are doing very nice work in Krishna consciousness. So that is my pride. I am so proud of having beautiful disciples like you who understand the inner meaning of my mission. I am so happy to know that the activities in London Center are progressing with such great success. He avowed that the 6 married couples whom I sent from America are all respectable, educated, cultured American boys and girls. To an Indian man who was asking, what about this Swami? What about that Swami? Srila Prabhupada replied, just ask their disciples. They don't know anything. But ask my disciples, even any new devotee, and he can tell you the whole philosophy. Srila Prabhupada was proud at how his disciples had become such nice, sincere devotees. In the United States, when our devotees chant on the street, American ladies and gentlemen inquire from them whether they are actually Americans, because no one could expect Americans to become such nice devotees all of a sudden. Even Christian priests are greatly surprised that all these boys from Jewish and Christian families have joined this Krishna consciousness movement before joining. They never regarded any principles of religion seriously, but now they have become sincere devotees of the Lord. Everywhere people express this astonishment, and we take great pride in the transcendental behavior of our students.
One
Once
thing,
when Shira,
one thing which I was thinking about here is that Actually, there was a common way or a common scenario which all over the world devotees were following um, when they have to preach or approach new people. I mean, during Prabhupada's time, and even up to the 80s, 90s, even up to 2000, everywhere all over the world, devotees were following a particular pattern of preaching to the newcomers, and people were becoming very nice devotees. From the time this indirect preaching age has come into picture, from that time, everybody became an individual devotee in such a way that everybody preaches in a different way. That is why we are afraid to give a contact to anybody, for that matter, how they are going to turn up in future. I don't know whether you observed this, any devotees observed this or not, because each and every person in Krishna consciousness nowadays has a different way and approach to how to speak and how to give class, how to do. It was not like that. Everybody used to have a certain, everybody was following the same pattern of education, same pattern of behavior, same pattern of dressing, same pattern of speaking, lectures. Everything used to be same, ditto, ditto, pace to pace, ditto, ditto used to be there. I don't know whether devotees observed this or not. Previously, it was like that. When I joined, everybody, every temple, everybody used to have Bhagavatam class and everybody used to come. It was like that. But now, devotees may come, may not come. They have their own classes. They have their own classes, online classes, this classes, that classes. Local temple going has become just like a fashion. You just go just for the sake of going. I'm not saying wrong or right, but my point is that you see here, everybody, even they come to from United States, they come all the way to London to preach. 6 families. I mean, Tamal Krishna Maharaj and his wife, Tamal Krishna Prabhu at that time, his wife, Shyam Sundar Prabhu and his wife, Gaur Sundar and his wife, and there Mukunda Goswami and his wife. So Mukunda Prabhu at that time and his wife. So everybody used to have and they know they whatever they preached in US, the style and the way how they approach people, the same style they used to do in London, the same style they were doing in India, the same style. Yeah, India, Prabhupada changed a little bit. We have life membership, gold life membership, this, that. But is the whole philosophy was same. They were speaking the same way. Now, every devotee giving lectures in a different way. And I am afraid not to give any contact of any devotees. So, for example, sometimes some devotees, they say that I'm hearing certain person on YouTube. And we say, who is that? And sometimes I also directly I say, who is that? I never heard this person. It's an offense. But what to do? People, we should not encourage them to hear from them. I'm very sorry to say like this. But I don't know whether devotees observed this or whether if I am telling they are trying to see it. Yes, am I right or I'm just blabbering something? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's right.
The thing is, previously
We have also experienced.
we never had any idea. If a newcomer comes, everybody knows what to speak to him, definitely. Nowadays, it's not like that. If 1 साल रहेगा मंदिर में, 1 year is in the temple, he doesn't know how to chant 16, how to chant a round. Because he's being told, normally, I know here in Atlanta, there are boys coming since 1 year, 2 years. He doesn't know how to put tilak. He doesn't know how to wear chai. And I know devotees. I corrected one of my god brother. He got initiated and then he joined the temple. And now he didn't know that we should not chant that round. You should not cross the bead. He didn't know that. He was never told. He joined as a brahmachari. He's already there as a saffron devotee. And after that, one day I heard, we don't know how they chant in the mala, inside their bead bag, how they chant. But somehow, because of me, I sensed that, hey, you're not chanting properly. You cross your beads, I think, while chanting. Yes, he said, yes. How do you know that? I don't know. Somehow I sensed that in Bhimavaram. He was there in the United States. He was there in India so many years. He joined as a brahmachari, saffron devotee, everything. But then he didn't know this, but this basic thing. And then I corrected him. And then from that time, he chanted, we have to turn the beads and then chant from there. We stopped it. So my point is that devotees, every devotee has a different way of speaking. That's good because we have new avenues to speak, but our core philosophy stands the same. That is a big problem, and that's why we have so many diversions in this. Before going ahead, Ramdas Prabhu has something to speak. Yes, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Dandavat. Yes, Prabhu.
You talk about, purity, and you talk about following the principles, and, we should properly hear from someone who is following properly. But the thing is, at the end of the day, sometimes purity doesn't go with following those rules and regulation in which somebody might be following. They might not be pure in heart. So that purity in which you're talking about might be different from what it is that they might be doing. So one can preach at the end of the day, but like you yourself said, it comes from that purity. And what that purity is, like, you want to serve Krishna, you want to serve Guru, you want to serve the devotees. And without that, you can speak all nicely. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you're not serving, if you don't have that proper mood, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. And you talk about, this is why a lot of confusion are there within, there's so many different instructions. So I think it went back. I heard this from a Srila Prabhupada disciple. I can't remember exactly where I heard this. So just going about this chanting, and you shouldn't cross the head bead. So it was given that there was no actual thing of this that was given by Srila Prabhupada. Back in the day, there was something that occurred. So crossing the head bead, I think they were just going and they're probably falling asleep or something like this. So it's not a principle in the sense that you shouldn't do it. From my understanding, I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what it is that I've been told. I don't cross the head bead myself, just chanting. That's what I've been taught since I've been here. But there are so many different instructions that are given there, were from different devotees that are Srila Prabhupada disciples. So at the end of the day, we talk about all this purity and having all this stuff, but majority of people are cheating in so many ways, so many ways. Majority of people only care for themselves. So what's the point? What is the point?
See, here, what is the point is, okay, majority of the people, they are selfish. That's fine. But here the principle is like, yeah, that's right. Maybe this is one of the details of Krishna consciousness, like chanting, whether crossing the beads or not. It's a detail of the thing. It doesn't matter whether one crosses or doesn't cross. Main thing is he has to hear the holy name of the Lord. That's fine. Um, so my point is that now it is there are many ways it has come down to many ways. Each and every individual is trying to give Krishna consciousness than a particular pattern. I mean, previously everybody knows what is in Prabhupada's books. You speak that is what is you speak. That is what you speak. Maybe you speak a little bit differently according to the person, but because the Americans they got from Prabhupada books. They went all over the world and preached the same thing. They heard from Prabhupada and they spoke it everybody everywhere, here in India or anywhere for that matter. But then when Indians came into picture, then they try to make it Hinduized, and it's like that. That's what my point is there. Yeah, it may be a details. So I am trying to hit that point.
So one other thing is that when I first started out, I mean, I wasn't really practicing or anything. I was just going to the temple, and they had I think like a ceremony or something like that. And, I remember hearing, like, Srila Prabhupada came to the West to give us Krishna consciousness. He didn't do it he didn't do it in India. The Indians are coming, they're taking over, they're doing all this stuff. So at the end of the day, I think, sometimes we're fighting more on the bodily platform rather than giving the opportunity to, one based on whether they're qualified on the spiritual platform and not on the bodily platform, or we need to keep this to the Westerners or to the this body or that body. I mean, I was far out. I'm not gonna lie to you. First time I was hearing this, I'm like, I wasn't sure what was happening. I was just sitting down. I didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. I had no idea what was
See, the
happening.
thing is, main thing here, what is the point is that we know it's a bodily consciousness. We should not tell about Indian or Western. See, it's a matter of who is following pure Krishna consciousness. If purity is there, everybody attracts. Whether it is Indian, Westerner, Latino, anybody for that matter, it doesn't matter who is what. Because wherever you got attracted, I would say that there would be some purities there, and you got attracted no matter what, whether it is doing in an Indian way or Westerner way. That doesn't matter as the Western is sitting or not. Like for example, I came to Krishna consciousness, some Indians only bought me, but when I saw first time His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, I saw first His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj. First I saw the first sannyasi whom I saw is His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj in ISKCON. And the second sannyasi whom I saw is Bhanu Maharaj. And the third sannyasi I saw is Srila Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. And I never thought that they're Westerners. Why they're? I never thought like that. It didn't came into my mind. Okay, these are Westerners. Okay, who accepted Krishna consciousness? Oh, they are doing. Why I should not do? Nothing went into my mind like that. Oh, they're sannyasi. Okay, fine. Hare Krishna. Even I didn't think anything like that. So because it's there, purity is there, and that because the Sukruti is there, and previous Krishna consciousness, some habits are there, and that will attract somehow or the other. The main thing is that if you are following Krishna consciousness very nicely, no matter whether you are just staying in one place doing something, people will get attracted. That is my point. Is people will come. My point is not you may have details. These are all details. Chanting, crossing the beads, whether what they are doing. These are all details. Main thing is that they will get attracted to Krishna consciousness. You can make people attracted to Krishna consciousness because it is transcendental. It has nothing to do with the body. It's just with the soul. Yeah, this is what is my main point. Okay. Hare
Once when
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada was traveling by airplane, a fellow
Okay.
passenger who happened to be a priest told him that he had seen his disciples and found them bright-faced. Srila Prabhupada was fond of relating this incident. He declared Tripurari Das to be the incarnation of book distribution, and upon hearing of the phenomenal book production and distribution spearheaded by Harikesh Swami, Srila Prabhupada extolled him. All the blessings of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj upon you. You're the most important grandson of Bhaktisiddhanta. Trivikrama Swami recalled Srila Prabhupada as having said, Marks and angels created one linen, but I have created 50 linens who understand the philosophy and are ready to establish it in the world, even by force if necessary. In 1977, upon hearing encouraging reports from around the world, Srila Prabhupada said, when I hear of the achievements of my disciples, my chest swells out of pride for them. Okay, Prabhu. Actually, I need to drop for this.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Purjit Prabhu, you can read.
Yes, bro, just 1 minute. All pure devotees. Pure devotional service is open to everyone. Anyone can become a pure devotee. The means to do so. Everyone can become a pure devotee if he has no other desire than to serve Krishna and the spiritual master. All my disciples, as soon as they surrender themselves to Krishna actually become pure devotees. Pure devotee means free from material desires. That is Vaishnava. Anyabhilashita Sunyam. You have no other desire. You Europeans, Americans, you are born among material desires. And when you become free from material desires, therefore, you are all Vaishnavas. Anyabhilashita Sunyam. Even devotees not fully free from material desires are considered pure if they accept the principle of Anyabhilashita Sunyam. One who does not indulge in speculating habit, neither tries to gain something by his work, but simply engages himself in the service of the Lord, is called a pure devotee. Such pure devotees are very rare, but by the grace of Krishna, practically all the devotees and disciples who have kindly joined me, their symptoms are pure devotees, even if they have got some ulterior desire. They will be removed very soon
That
because
will be
they have
removed.
taken to,
Prabhu, that will be removed.
yeah, that will be removed very soon because they have taken to the pure process of Krishna consciousness. Purity lies in following the pure. One has to follow. A perfect expert technologist or technician or mechanic is working and somebody is working under his instruction because he is strictly working under the instruction of the expert. He is also an expert. He may not be 10% expert, but his work is expert because he is working under the expert. So, if you follow a pure devotee, then you are also a pure devotee. It may not be that one is 10% pure because we are trying to raise ourselves from the conditioned life. But if we strictly follow the pure devotee, then we are also pure devotees. So far, we do that is pure. What is pure? Pure comes in different degrees. There's pure, purer, and purest, and there is no end to becoming more pure. In the process of Krishna consciousness, one is always constantly increasing one's love for Krishna. So, your purity is in your ability to repeat what I say perfectly and to follow my instructions perfectly. Just like in the operating room, there is the specialist and the apprentice. As long as the apprentice does exactly what the specialist tells him, then the job done will be just as good as if it were done by the specialist himself. This is my purity. Not that I am great in myself, but my purity is because I am repeating exactly what my Guru Maharaja said to me, and I am following his instructions perfectly. So, if you do that, you will also be pure. On this basis, even a neophyte can be considered a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada, a neophyte devotee is not on the topmost platform. He is learning. Neophyte means learning. Makhan Lal, the neophyte devotee who's following the principles of sadhana bhakti is still considered a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada, yes, Sat Sarupa. Prabhupada once gave the example of a mango that when the mango is raw, it's still a mango. Then it becomes ripe, also a mango. So pure devotional service is different when we begin. Srila Prabhupada. So raw condition is not the same. The mango is the same. Adjudging many, if not all, his disciples to be on this platform, Srila Prabhupada several times stated that they were all pure devotees. These Europeans, Americans, they are devotees. They are pure devotees of Krishna. How? They have no other desire. They simply want to satisfy their spiritual master and Krishna. Therefore, they are pure devotees. They have no other business. They have sacrificed everything. They are coming from rich families, rich nations, educated, everything. There is no scarcity in their country. Everything's complete. But still, for Krishna, they have forsaken everything. That is pure devotion. These boys and girls know that they are eternal servants of Krishna. That is pure bhakti. All my disciples are pure devotees. Anyone sincerely serving the spiritual master is a pure devotee. You are all pure devotees because you have no other desire. When asked if there are any other pure devotees in the world, Srila Prabhupada inquired, how many devotees are now in our movement? One devotee answered, there might be 75, counting all the temples together. Srila Prabhupada replied, then there are at least that many pure devotees.
Okay, Prabhu.
Shall Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. We shall stop here by Krishna's mercy. Eternal associates. I wanted to speak so much about this purity here, Prabhupada's word. We will speak later, Krishna willing. Okay. Anybody has anything to say, anything to contribute, anything to speak? Anybody has anything to say? Ramdas Prabhu. Yes, before you speak, I want other devotees also to speak something. Atindriya Prabhu, you have something?
Yes, Prabhuji, on the point when you were telling that the preaching has become, people are preaching in different ways. So I'm experiencing that nowadays, even many means preacher, when they are giving classes, they even don't use the examples given in the Prabhupada books. They use the examples from their own life or from other books or from other, from other
That is
person.
not wrong as such. That is not wrong. That is not wrong as such if it is philosophically right and if it satisfies the philosophy. But we don't know in what way they want to use it. Sometimes what is happening, what is seen is that they will use with this word called inspired. This word called inspired. Nowadays, it has become a fashion among the devotees, among some devotees. They're inspired by, this one, because they don't want to give credit directly to Prabhupada or Acharyas. Because if you give credit, then they will take the whole thing, and you become, because they want to become the center of attraction. I mean, that is the way preaching works nowadays.
Yeah.
That is what they want to become the figure. I don't know. I'm sensing like that. So that's why they don't generally. I confronted this point with devotees initially when I joined the temple, one of the temple. I said, why you don't say to hear Prabhupada's lecture, you don't say to read Prabhupada's books or anything like that. Why you don't say directly? But he didn't have any answer for that. He just no, I don't say like that. But if you see like that, many devotees, those who speak, they don't. They will very few times if you see they would have told, or it is different. Now it is more towards that person who is giving that lecture, and people want to attract towards him. It's not they want to don't want direct to their spiritual master or their or basically or Prabhupada. It is different. I mean, I sense it so many times. It happens. It is like this. What can be done? And I'm also seeing so many things are happening. Yeah, what can be done? At least we can't control everybody in the moment. At least we can be what is that? transparent for ourselves. It is called as transparency. We have nothing, See, nowadays devotees have become so intelligent. They read Prabhupada's books, get Bhakti Shastri degree, get Bhakti Vaibhav degree, get all the Prabhupada's books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything. It's easy, 4 books, 5 books. You can become an expert within 1-2 years. Cram all the books, you become expert. You know all the major of the shlokas if you are a little bit more pious, or even if you don't know shlokas, you know the lines in which Prabhupada spoke. You get by heart, you get in the figured out because you are academically very strong, and in such a way that you get everything in your head very nicely, and you know how to speak to people. And that's all. You go to the market and then you speak your thing. This is what is happening. They become big, and later they become the figure. They become the celebrity. They open their own YouTube channel. They open their everything, and then they write a book. And there are people following you on YouTube. They invite you various temples. They tell you to give classes, and it is very nice, nicely going on. But on the whole, I don't know what's happening. But and you missed something. That is Prabhupada's mercy. That comes by voluntarily taking some austerity for Prabhupada. It's different. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, Ramdas Prabhu, you had to say something. You can continue.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Any other devotees want to say anything?
No, you can speak because I asked you. Yeah, if
Okay.
you can speak. Yeah, first you can speak.
There's a few texts back that it talks about following a pure devotee and one's become qualified like that. Is it possible to go back?
Yes, I am following his instructions perfectly. So if you do
Can you go
that,
back one
you
more?
will be pure. This is the one. See, not that I'm great myself, but my purity is because I'm repeating exactly what this is. This is the main point which I wanted to speak out. Okay, you can continue. This is what you are telling about.
Yeah, I just want to see it. Yeah, whenever you talk about it, it's fine. I just want to see what it was. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the main point. Yeah, Prabhupada is very nicely saying. So your purity is your ability to repeat what I say perfectly. It is what is pure. Yeah, Prabhupada, this is one of the quote in Prabhupada's special Srila Prabhupada interview, Jivananda Das. He quoted here. The Prabhupada, what is meant by pure? Actually, I should copy it and put it in this one, I think. Mm.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, this is very, very important. Actually, I saw many times Guru Maharaj is like this. Whenever you ask anything for Guru Maharaj, he will always refer to Prabhupada first and then give his own opinion. And based on Guru Sadhu Shastra. It's very perfect, you can't find any person like that for that matter. Personally, if you be with Maharaj and day in, day out, how Maharaj speaks, day in, day out, how he serves, how he eats, how he sleeps, how his consciousness going every day, every hour, every minute, then you will know, uh, that's why Prabhupada is called as the living Bhagavatam. And I would say his disciples are the pages in the Bhagavatam. His disciples who follow are the pages of the Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada has put his efforts in those disciples who follow Prabhupada very strictly. So Prabhupada is the whole Bhagavatam. If Adishwari Prabhu says that Prabhupada is the living and breathing Bhagavatam, then within that Bhagavatam, in that there are so many chapters. So in that various chapters are there and various Prabhupada disciples are there, and from each person you can know how we can follow Prabhupada. That is what my understanding is. And Maharaj also is standing in that way. So you have to read each and every person to know what Prabhupada is, to know each and every disciple of Prabhupada. and then know Prabhupada accordingly. So it's very, what I can say, it's very emotional thing. It's not just like that something is a purity is not something it's available in the market. Yeah, it's available in the market. And what is that? What is that? Goda Nitai. What is that? Bodo Shuker. No. Name Hat Khule Che. There is one song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Where is this holy name available? Holy name is available in the market, in the market where holy name is sold. Namahatta. So it's another different platform. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. One other thing is that it talks about the pure devotee. So it said something. What is that? What was it that it was saying? I think it was something in Sanskrit.
Sanskrit? What
Yeah,
Sanskrit?
I think it mentions a pure devotee, and it says it's not just by them following, but if they do this, I think. Keep going back.
Purity lies in the following the pure. One has
No,
to
no,
follow.
not this. Keep going back. Keep going back more.
Oh, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, you mean to say?
Yeah.
Even devotees are not fully free from material desires, are considered pure if they accept the principle of Anyabhilashita Shunyam. Actually, I wanted to say here regarding the Ritviks. Ritviks camps are, Ritvik philosophy is debunked over here. They say that we want only Uttamadhikari as a guru. So until we have a Uttamadhikari as a guru, we cannot accept them because they're falling down. That's what they say, claim. And only Prabhupada is the guru because Prabhupada is Uttamadhikari. I can understand that. But Prabhupada is saying that if you are following free, if you are following pure, if you are following Anya Abhilashita Shunya principle, then anybody who is following also becomes pure, not to the extent. Like Prabhupada here says, not cent percent, 1%. Here Prabhupada says, here, there is somewhere Prabhupada says 1%. To that extent, yeah. So if you follow a pure devotee, then you are also pure devotee. It may not be that one is cent percent pure because we are trying to raise ourselves from the conditional. But if we strictly follow the pure devotee, then we are also pure devotees. So far we do, that is pure. That is more important. So far we do, that is pure. That Ritviks cannot understand that. That's not important. Even in devotee, even in Krishna consciousness, even one is a devotee serving somewhere, you can't expect that within 6 months or 7 months coming to, like for example, I come to United States. Within 6 months, I can't just know everything. I may do so many mistakes. I may do so many wrong things. The other side is that devotees should tolerate. Whether I'm philosophically right or not, whether I'm following four regulative principles or not, that is important. Not that, okay, you told something, devotees, you are doing like this, like, so doing like that, it is not, it is the extent, it will take time. We have to see, it is not immediate effect. Purity comes over the years of following, not just within one night or 2 nights. It will come years. It will take years to become pure. Yeah. Okay, so much can be spoken, but we have to stop here. Okay. Thank you very much to all devotees. Thank you for patiently hearing. If you have anything, and we can next class, you please remind, we will speak on this more and more. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। द मोडर्न मिशन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ब्रह्मस्पति का स्वामी महाराज की